Hey guys, welcome back on board Agape. Today we're anchored in the remote Tuamotu archipelago of French Polynesia. This is where Agape, our Taiana 42, spends most of her time, living off-grid and away from dockside amenities. This means that we've set Agape up to be as self-sufficient as possible, and we rely heavily on the systems on board to be dependable for day-to-day use in the harsh marine environment. So we get a lot of questions about the different systems that we have on board, especially the flexible solar panels. So I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to go over the different systems and how they've held up over the last 3 years. So most important is how Agape actually generates her power, and that's through her solar array. We have 2 rigid panels off the stern, as well as 4 Xantrex flexible panels, 165 watt max flex on the Dodger, and 310 watt flex panels on the Bimini. So most of the questions we get are actually regarding the flexible panels, people wanting to know how well they've actually held up. Even after 3 years, we still get their max rated output. They don't have any yellowing or hazing. They look great. But I think my favorite feature is their ability to flex, that they can match the curve of the Dodger and Bimini, and their low profile design means that they just look sleek and great. All that solar is regulated by a Xantrex solar charge controller. It's a MPPT, or max power point tracking controller, and it charges our 500 amp hours of Xantrex lithium iron phosphate batteries. These batteries we've had on board for a little over 2 years now, and they've been great. They charge faster, and they charge all the way to 100% without tapering, and we can drop them to a lower state of charge, meaning that we can get through a couple of cloudy days without having to turn on the generator. So now you know how we produce the power and how we store the power. And now the latest addition to Agape is how we use the power. It's the Xantrex Freedom XC Pro. It's a 3000 watt, 150 amp inverter charger that's lithium phosphate compatible. So this is what actually transfers the power from 12 volts to 110. Having adequate solar, adequate power storage, and the ability to actually use that power makes this a sustainable way of life. Without any one of these systems, we wouldn't be able to live in these remote areas. So we've had the solar panel on board for over 3 years, the lithium on board for over 2, and the inverter charger for almost 2 years on the boat. And we use these systems every single day for almost every task, whether it be cooking or making water or even little things like charging our laptops and cameras. So for me, the hallmark of a well-made system is that once it's installed, you just forget about it. Whether it's the solar, the batteries, the charger, the battery monitor, once we've put it on the boat, I know that we can depend on it and I just don't even have to worry about it. That frees me up to actually enjoy the places that we work so hard to get to. We really treasure the more remote places in the world, and having systems on board that we know that we can rely on enables us to live the life that we worked hard to achieve.